hey, it's a bonus episode of the show on the main feed. Wow. Neat. What a surprise. We had something else that we wanted to talk about after this, the main episode that we just did, that was probably just released yesterday whenever you're listening to this. But this didn't really fit into news. It's just something that I wanted to do for funsies. Before we get into it, yeah, we're going to talk about Tom MacDonald. You read the title, you know what it is, and we're going to do it. Before we do that, here's an intro.
The following is a Goulash Media production. goulashmedia.net.
I'll make questionable decisions. I'll be in fact of all I soul. Judge me for my sins. If I'm your image.
That's right, it's The System is Down. You know what it is. You know what you're in for. You know what you're here for. It's for some uncomfortable conversations about deviance, evilness, like Bill Gates. I'm just kidding. We're talking about Tom MacDonald, who is, some would say, even more evil than a guy who's like pushing injections on children that he's making a profit. We're not, whatever. Go listen to the main episode. But kill the music. Okay, so we're talking about Tom MacDonald's new album today. Tom MacDonald's new album has been sitting here on my desk. I don't know if any of you noticed, but I bought it. I always buy them every time they come out because I'm a fan. And if you look on my wall back here,
It's like 6 of them now, right?
if you look at my wall there, you can see up there in the corner. You see it? Yeah. It's all of them. So I'm a fan. Tom's been on the show. Well, that's a bad angle. Tom's been on the show, and maybe he will again someday. I keep teasing that he might because he was supposed to. Tom, what the hell, man? Tom, if you're listening to this, I have your phone number, and I can give it out to people at will. I won't, because I'm not a dick. No, Tom, you're always welcome on the show anytime you want. Please hit me up. But we are going to talk about his new album called As Far as the Stars today, because Tom MacDonald's going to be back in the news soon. I have a feeling about it.
Oh, I'm sure. CNN again, maybe?
I don't know. What? He's got something coming out this Friday that he keeps teasing. Which I don't know when this episode's coming out. It might already be out by the time you're listening to this. But I wanted to capitalize on that because I'm a greedy capitalist and give my thoughts on Tom MacDonald so we get a bunch of hits on this video. I'm just going to be honest with you. So I've got Travis here. Travis, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
Yes.
Travis, where can people find you?
They could find me at charmediagroup.com.
Start giving your address.
Yeah. Should have a pre-recorded thing. I just hit a button.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm a recording engineer, and I do... basically, I run an artist development firm, so you can hit me up at charmediagroup.com, or you can hit me on Facebook at facebook.com/charmediagroupqc, where we offer high-quality recordings, management, anything and everything. You know?
So you've got some background in the music field,
Yes.
and you are moderately qualified to speak on whether or not songs are good.
You could say that, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
me too. So... yeah, whether or not we're qualified, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're not qualified to do anything that we do here. But who needs qualifications? Qualifications come from the government, and the government is dumb. So while I'm getting these songs prepared, Travis, do you want to... have you heard the stuff about this Friday, whatever Tom is teasing?
I only know a little bit about it. I mean, I know I'm a Tom fan, so I follow him and Nova, to be honest, back and forth. So I know a little gist of what's going on. Heard some slights of some Eminem frenzy going on between him but I'm not exactly sure what it is. I haven't even had a chance to check out the teaser video, which I hope we get to do.
We might do it if I can find it. But he's basically teasing this Eminem thing. He said something to the effect of he purchased an Eminem beat for $100,000.
That sounds weird.
Which doesn't really sound like a diss on Eminem as much as it is a diss on himself.
That's a really expensive beat. I didn't know any beats would go that high.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a NFT thing, so like digital property rights or something. I don't really know how that stuff works.
Okay.
But let me see if I can pull up these.
Tom MacDonald have that money now? Damn.
Yeah. And Tom MacDonald beat out Eminem on the Billboard charts
Yes, he
a
did.
couple times this year, which is amazing. It's not just impressive, it's incredible, because the dude is completely self-made. Does not work for a label or a manager or PR, or he has nobody working for him except for him, his girlfriend, and a guy doing the mixing. Travis, it could be you.
Could have been.
That could have been you.
It could have been us.
Yeah. It could have been us if we were better at the things we do. If I was better, I'd be more successful.
Right.
Where are my things?
I actually follow his as an engineer on Instagram. I forgot his name too, though. Damn.
Yeah. So
Decent guy though.
yeah, let me pause for a second. Okay, so I've got one of the announcements. Tom has done several like live stream announcements and things like that about this. All always very like shady and mysterious because he doesn't want to over tip his hand. But what do you think it is? Do you have predictions on what? Because of course everybody instantly assumes it's a diss track, which there's been a few times that he's kind of like teased as though he was going to do a diss track against Eminem, and people have jumped to that conclusion, and it never has been. Do you think that that's what it is?
I don't think so. I thought Tom was I thought he's mentioned the fact that he likes Eminem a lot.
He does.
And the only way I see him dissing him, if he did it just to get, he's not the type of guy to just get him aroused either. I don't know. I just feel
Get
like
him aroused.
yeah. Like, I don't think he's looking for an answer back. I mean, it'd be cool. He'd feel pretty much appreciated if that happened, but I don't think that's his goal. I don't know, actually. I just feel like that's been in the talk for a long time, ever since he came out. Everyone compares him to him and his way of rapping. So, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think it's just going to...
it's a feature.
That would be incredible. I mean,
that would be incredible.
Just it makes sense, though.
It would be... both. I would love either or, but it would be incredible for it to be...
Oh my God, I got chills, dude.
Travis is pissing his pants at the thought of it.
That'd be so awesome.
Let's watch this real quick. This is the teaser that he put up on May 10th. He didn't start that.
He did not.
No way that started that easily. So you'll notice in new video he's got the E's backwards like Eminem does. So he's giving some big.
You know what?
Eminem teasers there.
Now that you said that, I honestly think now I'm thinking the Freddie versus Jason thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Tom versus... Oh, man.
I don't know.
Dude, that'd be so awesome.
I just think if it was going to be a diss track, I think it's too obvious. I think it's too on the nose for him.
Yeah.
I think that if he was going to do a diss track, he wouldn't be so blatant about it. I think that he's making it seem like it's going to be that, and then it's going to be this banger of a collaboration.
That'd be so awesome.
Yep.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Rebecca B's, yeah.
I just said it.
I know.
But whatever.
I didn't know. I didn't see it.
So there's that. That's all that is. But that's pretty much all we've got so far. And we're gonna listen through this album as I've done in the past. We're just gonna break down the songs, and I'm not gonna play them all on here because you have to go buy it yourself. That's why
Ooh, wait a minute.
Why
Are you gonna be able to play them like that?
I'm gonna play it in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know, but like...
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna pause.
Okay.
We're going to pause the recording. So you won't be able to hear all of it. I'll play just like the intro or something to each track so you get a little bit of a tease, but I respect Tom. I respect his work. And if you don't know, if you haven't heard, every single album is physical copy only. He doesn't put them on iTunes. He only puts the singles up on iTunes. So you have to go apply yourself to life for the first time ever and buy a physical copy of something, which I think is really cool. Yes. Now, I've done this for two of his other albums. They are Killing the Neighbors and Ghost Stories, I believe. And I've meant to do it for all of his albums, but I can't keep up. I can't record an episode as fast as he can put out a freaking album these days.
It's insane.
Like, I've been meaning to, and then I'm like, all right, I'm fine. Oh, shit, he put out another album. Okay. So
I don't think people really, honestly realize how much work that takes to do, and he does it so quickly.
It's insane. The man is a madman. But check out all of his albums. The two that I have done, like I said, are Killing the Neighbors and Ghost Stories. Gravestones was fantastic, and Flowers for the Dead was also fantastic. There's my reviews. Okay, so we're moving on to this one, As Far as the Stars, which is a collaboration album with his girlfriend Nova Rockafeller, who is also amazing, and Brandon Hart, who I did not hear about before this album because he's Canadian, and who cares?
I think they're all Canadian, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Or I don't know if Nova is for sure, but Tom is from Canada as well. So, also, if you're listening to this, you can not only find those interviews on my YouTube and Odyssey. Go to Odyssey because it's better and nicer to people like myself and Tom. But you can also find my interview with Tom. Just look up Tom MacDonald, The System is Down, or something like that, and you'll find it. So we're going to just listen to this and break it down for you. We both have some musical background, and even if we didn't, who cares? This is just our opinions and our thoughts on the songs as they come. So track number 1 is coming at you. This is As Far as the Stars, the intro.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be a star.
25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting.
Okay, so that was the intro. Travis, your thoughts?
It's a good opening to an album.
It's mysterious and
yes, I like the
offered little
suspense that it's gonna. I'm waiting for this next track to come in.
It's totally something that I would do on an album.
Yes.
It's
not weird enough.
There's not much to it yet, but it's setting the stage, and you hear it's like a countdown basically for like a rocket launch or something like that, and then kids talking, saying something. It was kind of hard to hear, but I'm getting the vibes of kid dreaming of going to space, basically, or having those high aspirations in life. Yes. So we'll just keep moving right along because there's not really much to say on that one. The next one is song number 2 called All for Nothing. Here we go.
Cause even if the plane gon' crash, I'ma be in first class, I'ma have a good time with it.
All right, so that was All for Nothing. Travis, do you have any first impressions, first thoughts? Because this is your first time listening to the album, right?
Completely, yeah.
Yeah, I've listened the crap out of this album already. So
okay, so you know.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them, but what are your thoughts?
With me, I mean, when I listen to any songs, I want to let everyone know that I don't really listen to lyrics often.
Quit hiding behind your mic.
Sorry. I don't listen to lyrics often.
Yeah.
And it's not the fact that I don't listen to them. It's just my brain does not comprehend lyrics for some
Sure.
reason. But
I will say this album is like the first time where it's less lyric focused. Like there's still good lyrics, but usually his stuff is like controversial. He has a very strong point to make and stuff like that. So like this one is, at least this song is just catchy, fun, summer cruising song.
It's a nice, like I said, it's a nice opener song. If this is the first actual song on this track, then it's a nice little beginning thing. Yeah. Concept out of it. I did listen to the lyrics a little bit, and then like how I got the feeling out of it is, dream big, don't stop, just keep doing your thing, even if it's like hell. Instrumentation wise, though, I mean, it's something to me. It sounds a little bit more cheesier than the other stuff I've heard. I guess I say. I guess I could put that. I don't want to say.
I didn't say it, Tom. You're not coming on Travis's show, so.
I didn't mean cheesy, but I don't know the right term.
It's a new vibe for Tom. It's a little more happy, but I don't know. I think it's catchy. If like, should we rate these on like a score of 1 to 5 or A, B, C, D, or 1 to 10, something like that?
Let's do a 1 through 5 thing.
1 to 5. What would you give this song from what you heard?
That was the second chorus we stopped at? Or
that was the third chorus.
Oh, so already went to
pretty much all these songs are like Tom MacDonald does a verse, Nova does a verse, Brandon does a verse. So it's kind of, or not all of them, but that's kind of the basic structure. So we listened through 3 verses.
Gotcha. Yeah.
1 to 5, what'd you give it?
Overall, out of the stuff I've heard before, coming into it, I would probably give this like a 3.
Sure.
3 or 4.
And that's grading it on a Tom MacDonald scale, though. Like,
yes.
If you just heard this song and you hadn't heard anything else of his, would you give it the same or otherwise?
I'd still probably stay with a 3 or 4.
Okay. Yeah. I'm probably somewhere in that boat as well. Like, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's a damn good song.
Solid.
It's catchy as hell. And I will also say that Nova's a freaking badass.
She
Nova
is.
Rockafeller.
I've actually since I didn't honestly know she did music before until she released her first song with him or whatever video, and I went to go look at it, and didn't even know she did any of that.
Yeah.
I did put in my notes though the auto-tune that she has on her it's kind of not like I'm not liking that as much, but that's my opinion. Doesn't matter like that, but
Yeah.
I just
Tom does a lot of heavy autotune on singing parts, which
I wonder if it's because he thinks he can't sing, or is he just doing it for the effect?
I think he's maybe somewhere in the middle. Maybe
Yeah.
he's not a huge fan of his voice or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not going to speak for him, but I like his voice. I like it with the autotune. I like autotune when it's heavy and used for an effect, but there are certainly times where it's like, you could dial that back a bit. But Nova's new album called Scared of Heights is also out. I might do a review of that one of these days. But Nova, I've got your number too. Come on the show, or I'll give it out to people. I'm joking. I am very much joking. But you are welcome on the show anytime you want. I would love to talk about the new album. I've listened to that even more than this album so far because I had that one on loop. Scared of Heights, go look it up. It is on iTunes and Spotify and all those things, so even you cheap assholes can get a hold of it if you want to.
absolutely.
But we are going to, if you're good on this one, we'll move on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, next one is track number 3, Homegrown Heroes. Here we go.
I'm a legend where I come from. Go ask around, they'll tell you stories. If I was there, that party never stopped until tomorrow morning. From bandos on the east side to the skate park where they sipping 40s. If I was there, that shit was never boring. That's hella true. My hometown was the Wonder Years.
All right, that was Hometown Heroes. By the way, you can buy this album, I should have mentioned at the beginning, at hangovergang.com. That is his website, and that is where you can find it. And that is the only place you can find it. So this one, I will let you go first. What'd you think, Trev?
It's more of a Tom MacDonald type song for me. The
Sure.
instrumentation and everything, how he raps. Noah's a badass. Didn't even know half the stuff she did there. I thought she was just an innocent little girl.
Yeah.
Didn't know she did all that stuff, so that's kind of cool.
So you haven't listened to her solo stuff much?
No, I haven't heard like that one song.
Yeah, she's freaking great. And I like the little Nova sound effects of the blah and stuff like that. She does that on a couple songs. And I'll say, without being weird about it, it's cute.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Because it's
very
like
tasteful.
it's like she's got like this silly, which is same for Tom. Got this silly side, and she's kind of comes across a little bit timid, but then she just blasts into her freaking verse and tears it up, and the chorus freaking slaps on this song.
Yeah.
Basically the obvious, message in the song is, even if you come from like a small town where everybody hates you, you can still become a Tom MacDonald or a Nova Rockafeller or whoever Brandon Hart is. I'm sorry, man. I don't know who you are.
Not yet.
No offense to you, but I did love the Brandon Hart line at the end of his verse where he says, I got the keys to the city and I'm changing the locks. Like, I got the key to the city. Like, they gave him the key to the city and he's changing the locks. Like, fuck y'all. I thought that was pretty clever.
Even more of a reason too, since no one knows who he is. It's kind of a cool thing that Tom did again by taking him and putting him on this and showing him like.
Yeah, they're friends from like way back when. Like they've been friends for a long time, and according to him, they've been like meaning to collaborate for years and years and years, like 10 or 15 years or something like that. And so this is kind of like the culmination of all of that, where they're just kind of like celebrating where they're at in life and doing something together finally that they've been meaning to do. And I will say that any collaboration album that Tom MacDonald does with somebody else, like he did the one with Mad Child, Killing the Neighbors. I'll say the same thing about this as I did about that. I don't have something against the person, like Nova Rockafeller definitely, but I don't have anything against Brandon Hart. But when you put Brandon Hart up against Tom MacDonald, it doesn't do him any favors, because Tom MacDonald's better. Yeah. Yeah, but it was good. I liked it. I can relate to this song a lot. Not that I'm like, huge or anything like that, but even just like I film weddings for a living. In our small town here that I've ended up back in, in the like 5 or 6 years that I've done weddings, I've only filmed like 2 in Aledo, because everybody, like, it's like there's this weird, and even when I was doing recording, have you found this where people who are local are less likely to work with you than people
yeah.
really far away.
Yeah, 90% of my clients are not even from here.
Yeah, it's like a
crazy.
psychological thing where they're like, well, if I don't have to travel for it, then they must not be very good.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay. But yeah, I've filmed stuff all over the country, but here in Aledo. Also, like the freaking, even the town, there were several years where I was getting my foot in the door on the video stuff, and I gave them some free videos, and they were like, oh, we're going to pay you for that one of these days, and they never did. So, and even with the design stuff, they like, I submitted some of my work, which I've done design work for the city. I've done some of their billboards and stuff like that. Goulashmedia.net if you would like to check out some of my work, or goulashfilms.com. GOULASH media.net or films.com. But yeah, they hired some big firm where they're spending like tens of thousands of dollars, whereas it would have been pennies comparatively if I were to do it. However, when that happened, it was like recently, and Kayla was like, "Oh, I can't believe they blah blah blah." I don't remember. I mean, she wasn't outraged or anything, but I was like, "I'm really glad, because I don't want to have to work with committees for the rest of my life.
No,
like I don't want to get into corporate world and have to, work with groups of people that can't agree on anything and have terrible ideas all my life. So, what I'm doing now, I like way more. So, there's a silver lining, but."
I just saw someone share your video of the town of Aledo just the other day. It was like on some news thing on like Channel 8. And I was like, oh, cool. I think that's the video.
That's right, boys. It's your hometown hero. You can like it or not, motherfucker. Now, so did you have any other thoughts on this one, or do you want to give it a rating?
I'd give it a rating 4. This one's not quite the 5. Just because.
I feel like we can do 0.5s,
Okay.
or we can do score to 10, because we need something between a 3 and a 4. Because this one I feel like was quite a bit better than the last one. I feel like it lands in the, but it's not quite a 5 yet.
No,
maybe
not quite. No, it's not the best of the best yet.
Right.
I haven't heard all of it yet either.
Whatever. We'll be pretty lax with our scorecards here, and we'll just make it up as we go. But moving on to track number 4, Best Night of Our Lives. Are you ready for this?
This is going to be a ballad, I'm sure.
Define ballad.
Pretty, soft, loving.
Sorry, Tom, if I play more of this than I should, because I want to give them a little bit of a feel for what this is. I'll talk over it if that helps.
I can't remember the best nights of my life. It's been forever.
All right, that was Best Night of Our Lives. I think that it is a good, catchy track that has... I'm picking up good Charlotte vibes on some of this stuff.
I was trying to think of who it reminded me of the whole time, and you just said it, and I was like, God, who is this?
On a lot of this album, actually, and that might... I'm not going to, like, say that he saw what MGK did and was like, that's a good idea, but I'm not going to say that he didn't.
Right.
So, which is fine, because it was a good idea, and I'm a big fan of the hip hops, and I'm also a big fan of the old school pop punks as well.
Yeah.
And this is one. It starts out that way, but then it's got. It's even when it gets into like the trap beat, it's still got kind of like there were some good Charlotte songs that had some of the electronic beats and stuff like that back in the day. So
this is like more of an older school type feeling vibe. I like it though. It's good.
Yeah.
I like all their singing voices on it. At least I don't know. Didn't sing it, but I'm sure she does.
We're not gonna be able to listen to the entire song every time, because Travis has a life that he has to get to at some point today. But and we got to keep moving, because Tom, if you put a few less songs on your album, and not every song or every album was 14 tracks, we would listen to the whole thing every time. I'd listen to it a million times anyway. But Brandon Hart's verse we did here, and that he's got a good singing voice, and pretty straightforward stuff. I don't think we need to rate every single one of these, because it's good.
Yeah, it's all good.
And I don't want to like even if something's like between a 3 and a 4, like that's not bad. Like it's a really good song, and put up against another like artists on the radio, it's a 12 out of 10. So
yes.
Yeah, I'll take it. But moving on to No Good Bastards. This one is also, I don't think we've had any singles actually. This one is a single. You can check it out on YouTube's and all those things. But No Good Bastards, track number 5. Here we go.
Notice he uses a lot more guitars this time.
Yeah, he said Nova got him a guitar,
Oh,
so he's utilizing it a lot.
oh yeah, this song.
That one we don't need to spend a whole bunch of time on because I'm sure everybody and their mother has already reviewed this song and done reaction videos when it came out. No Good Bastards. Go look it up on all the things, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Apple, whatever, YouTube, whatever. But it's just it's a nice rockin' banger.
It is.
I did for some reason, I don't know what it is about when the drum beat comes in to the first chorus. It feels like it should still be kind of swung. And it's a little bit more straight and drivey, which kind of throws me off every time. But once you get past that, it's good and it works fine.
The verses, the drums, I wish it was just more like snare and toms. Like no, there's a hi-hat thing. It makes me angry, but whatever. It's not, again, it's just a
angry. We both come from rock backgrounds, and you're getting pissed off because drums sound like drums. Cool.
Usually more open.
The thing I dislike most about the drums is they sound like drums.
Get rid of them.
I get it. Yeah, but for what it is, I dig it. I think it works, and it makes me want to go punch a midget or whatever that line was that he said. All right, moving on to number 6, which is Church. Have you heard this one? This one is also a video, I believe.
I don't know. I gotta hear it. Maybe.
It's called Church.
Oh yes, I have heard this.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah. Yeah, this one got a lot of views for him.
Yeah. It reminds me of...
I need a short drink or a long prayer. I've been sober, but I don't care.
I'll save it for after.
I get NF vibes a little bit.
Fair, so don't go there.
Church, bruh.
This is a good I don't know, this is a good song for him getting more spiritual, I guess, or telling me like, and he's talking about a topic that you wouldn't think by looking at his image he would ever been through or gone through it all. So it's kind of neat to see that.
Yeah. If you want to hear the full story, go listen to the interview that I did at tsidpod.com or on YouTube still until we get removed. But this song gave me vibes, heavy vibes of, I'm sorry, Tom, I hate to say this because... Have you heard Macklemore's song, Neon Cathedral?
Yes, that's, again, I was trying to figure out why did that sound familiar. But
yeah. Which, I mean, he might not, I don't know if he likes the Macklemore comparison or not, probably not, but just thematically, that is like my favorite Macklemore song of all time. So if that helps, if that softens that blow. But it's basically just a song where he's talking about his addiction problems and trying to overcome them and knowing that his spirituality or church or whatever is where he should have been when he was going through that, which is very similar to Neon Cathedral, which is where he's deciding between going to a church or going to a bar. You know, just the exact same premise. Yeah. But I don't want to knock on the song too much because I'm sure it's very personal and stuff. Yes. And I'm sure it's very personal to a bunch of people who are going through that right now. And if it helps you, great. And it should. Great. It should, because it's a damn good song. The Brandon Hart part, his nice low gravelly singing, reminded me of Sage Francis, but while we were listening to it, you said you don't know who that is. So
I don't.
Yeah, he's a underground rapper who hasn't even been around in a long time, I don't think. But yeah, just an oldie but a goodie. Go check out some Sage Francis too. I don't know if that's a nice or a mean comparison. I would imagine it's nice because he's great. Sage Francis is great also. Sage Francis. So moving along, did you have any other thoughts on that one?
No, but you pretty much nailed the head on the nail.
Nice. Nailed the head on the nail.
That's right.
Nailed the head right off the nail. So it's a nice, chill, emotional, ballady type preaching song.
Spiritual.
But Make It Worse is next, track number 7. And I don't remember these, like I know all the songs, but I don't remember them by name, so I can't really give much thoughts on it beforehand. But track number 7, Make It Worse. Ready, set, here we go.
He incorporated the guitar in every track.
he got a guitar.
Yeah, you got to use it.
Deal with it.
Sometimes I think I screw things up on purpose. Been destroying what I love because I hate what isn't perfect. I still look in the mirror and see.
So that was track number 7, Make It Worse. And I got to say this is what I was about to say before I started when I said, I don't remember if this is what these are by title, but I was pretty sure it was the one. That is my favorite chorus on the album, easily. Like that hook is slapping. It's a good banger. And I don't know why. I've always been, you probably know this about me as we've worked in bands together and worked on music together. I've always been a big fan of the high and low octaves together. I don't know why. It always hits me. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely, like, his choruses throughout his like career of making music have gotten like extremely better. Like,
yeah,
he knows how to write a hook or a chorus, however you want to put that.
Yeah, I on the first review that I did of Ghost Stories, one of my main critiques was that the hooks weren't as catchy as they could be. I like to think that I had something to do with Tom MacDonald stepping his hook game up, because that's a catchy ass chorus. Now the rest of the song,
give or take.
Give or take. And that first pre-chorus where he's like singing high was, well, it wasn't very heavily auto-tuned.
No.
And maybe that's why he normally auto-tunes.
Maybe.
No, it was fine. It just wasn't any. I feel like the rest of the song isn't as good as the chorus is. I feel like maybe he wrote the chorus and wrote the rest of the song around it.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like that, at least in my opinion.
It could be. I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not as good as the chorus is what I'm saying. And Brandon Hart, I mentioned this while we were recording, his rapping style on this song feels almost ICP-ish.
Yes.
And I don't know. It's just very doopy doopy doo doopy 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 doo.
Yeah.
But doopy doopy doo doopy, like just very
Same cadence
simple. Very simple. I don't know. You do you, bro. But I wasn't feeling that much. But the chorus is enough that I've like that song gets stuck in my head more than any of them, just because of that chorus, and I listen to that track constantly. But next one, number 8. Unless you have anything else in that one.
I do not.
Okay. Smile. Track number 8.
Last night I broke down crying to my teeth.
All right. That was Smile. Track number 8. My first thoughts, I'll give them first.
Okay.
Here's my thoughts. I like the chorus on this one, but not as much as the verse.
Okay.
He should have just took the chorus from the last one and put it on this song.
Right?
I think that the verses are freaking kicking. I think the chorus is still really good, and especially when Nova's part comes in where she's just belting over top of it. That makes it really impactful and awesome. But and these last three songs have basically been about like their struggles and with like depression and suicidal thoughts and addiction and stuff like that. So, which I if you know anything about me, the sadder it is, the more I like the music. I played a show with a cover band over the weekend, and they were like asking what songs I wanted to play, and I was like, here's this and this and this. They were all like the most depressing songs ever, because like Dashboard and Death Cab and the emo stuff from back in the day that I was always big into. But so digging the vibes for sure. What are your thoughts, Travis?
Definitely like this one a lot too. The only concern about this is what, track 8 now?
Yes.
How many left?
There's 14. You do the math.
Oh, okay. So you still have more than half.
6.
Yeah. I like I said, this song's good, but I'm seeing like every song that we've listened to so far is like kind of the same vibe. Like,
sure.
There's no like I don't know, aggressive, like what I'm used to hearing from Tom. So
what you're saying is it doesn't sound like a Tom MacDonald album.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, it sounds like a collab album, which is great. So I give him kudos for doing that and making him all 3 of those guys, or 2.
Yeah,
finding him.
And he did say before he released this album, or before he released the songs, that this is going to be something completely different, because it's something that I'm passionate about, that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, working with these people. And it's not a Tom MacDonald album of like, let's touch on all the most touchy topics and be very irreverent about it, which is what we all came to know and love Tom MacDonald as.
Yes.
It's something completely different, which I think is really cool. and I'm sure he'll drop he'll give you exactly what you want within the next 3 months. So just
or the next couple days.
probably before we're done recording.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on that one?
No, that was good. Solid track again.
Cool. All right. Continuing on, track number 9, Blessings.
My mama always told me you do what you gotta do. And there's nothing in this world that I love as much as you. I just wanna see you.
So that one was Blessings, and this shit is Blessings, dog.
It's very blessed.
Yeah.
Count your blessings. I heard I don't know exactly what he said, but something about his sister. Is there a conflict there that I don't know about?
I don't know.
He said something about his sister. It'd be a clip or something, unless he's gonna use it all. And
I
then
don't.
he sees his sister and he does. I don't know.
Nah. No.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it was probably. I don't remember what he said, but I doubt that he would go there.
Okay.
I think it was probably more like this song is generally about appreciating what you have, even though life sucks sometimes. Counting your blessings and being appreciative of noticing the things that are actually good in your life. I doubt that he would have been like, also fuck my sister and shoot her in the face.
Yes.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you know what cultural appropriation is, Travis? Something that Tom MacDonald has gotten quote unquote trouble for a few times.
No.
Cultural appropriation. For those of you who are new to Travis being here, Travis doesn't know things.
No.
Cultural things, which probably means you just have a healthier life than the rest of us. But cultural appropriation is where if I wear a sombrero for Halloween or to a Mexican restaurant, they'll say I'm appropriating someone else's culture.
Oh, yeah, he does
and
that a lot,
they'll
then.
say that I'm a racist. Yes, he's been called that many times. Just for having dreadlocks or braids or whatever, they've made these allegations. I'm curious, to all you stupid people who think that cultural appropriation is a thing, personally, I think it's cultural appreciation. If I see a culture and I'm like, wow, that's a really cool thing that they're doing, I would like to do it myself.
Yes.
It's not stealing it. It's doing it. Like,
Yes.
if I make a taco, it's because I fucking like Mexican food, not
Right.
because I'm a racist.
Right.
But I was wondering, for you people who think that cultural appropriation is a thing, do you think that this chorus, he's sounding too black?
I don't know.
He's like, this shit is blessings, dog. Like, he sounds a little Jamaican.
I guess
a
he
little,
is using that too. Yeah.
little, I don't want to say shaggy.
I think it's the reason why he put those bells in it, to make it a little bit cheesier so it doesn't feel like a black guy's doing it. Just
I don't think he would care.
I'm just joking.
But I think it's good. I like the song. It's chill, and it is like all the Tom MacDonald albums. I don't know if he writes them in order specifically, but they all kind of tell a story. Like we've had like a song about being down and out and going like thinking that you should choose church over Jack Daniels or whatever, and then we had 2 songs about like depression and self-hate, and then we've got this one that's like uplifting and coming out of it. So I think that's cool. You got anything else on that?
Nope, we're good.
You did point out the bells that you hated, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the cheesy bells,
I'm sorry.
but
Yeah, cool. All right, next one. As we keep going, number 10, heart emojis. This one is a video. Did you hear this one?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
It doesn't sound familiar.
I think you would remember it, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Let's do it.
You can check it out on YouTube or all the things. And I encourage you to do so. And I'll keep talking so we don't get a copyright strike. Tom, sorry.
Some Blink vibes right here.
I left the stove on, so there's food for you to eat that I hope you choke on. And I wash your clothes with bleach. I left my phone on.
So you've probably heard that song, and you've probably made the same comparison that Travis did, that it sounds like an old Blink-182 song, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that in my mind, because old depressing Blink-182 about breakups,
Yes.
love it. Love it.
Sometimes I wish Blink-182 would sound like Blink-182 again.
That'd be cool, but it's probably not happening.
No.
And this brings us back to the MGK analogy, of course, which I'm sure a lot of people have made, and it's a fair comparison to make.
Oh, yes.
But it's not okay. I can see how saying that you copied somebody could be taken as an insult, but it's not an insult because I love MGK too, and I love Blink-182, and I love Good Charlotte. So no insult there. Just, you knew that people were going to say that.
Oh, yeah.
When you did this. Now, the song itself I really like, but the title of the song being heart emojis, that line is like my least favorite line in the song because it's going to be outdated in time.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very current and very trendy.
Yes.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before we don't call them emojis or whatever. And also, I just hate the word emojis.
Yeah, it's a weird
It
word.
just I don't like the word. It sounds dumb.
Emojis.
Yeah. What'd you think of that song, Travis?
Again, like he said, Blink-182 for sure, which is fine. Totally dig it. I'm still getting this cheesy vibe, but like I think like you told me before you started this how it was about. It's an album about his past and him and Noah growing up or not growing up, but
Yeah.
getting through things together. So I respect it to that fact. I get it. It's just I hope future records don't keep following the same.
I'm
Sorry,
not
Tom.
worried about that.
Sorry.
I mean, did you see that preview of the new song that we played at the beginning? It's not exactly heart emojis preview there.
Not at all.
But yeah, I like the song, and even though it does have kind of a happy, uplifty vibe, the whole song is basically about a breakup and saying "screw you," you're not worth my time anymore, and stuff like that. I enjoy a good angry breakup song as long as it's not Taylor Swifty. But
God, no.
but yeah, I dig it. I dig it, regardless of the fact that I hate the main word in the song. All right, next is track number 11, "Brain Dead." Come on. Give me something.
Intro's way too low.
They keep telling me I'm brain dead.
There we go.
Damn, they wrong. They just met on
I like that song.
That's a good one.
I'd say that was my second favorite chorus on the album after the other one.
Out of all the songs we've heard so far, it's either the second or third favorite of all of them.
Yeah, it's a solid one, and it's basically just as far as conceptual nature, it is about people judging him, saying he's dumb, and he doesn't know what he's doing, and they're saying that because he's making money and doing things all quote unquote the wrong way, which is awesome and why everybody loves him. Travis, your thoughts?
I can agree with pretty much everything you just said. Actually, that's.
So you're done with this? You're like, just you talk. I'm gonna go pick up my kid.
No. I just like I said, it's like probably out of all the songs we've heard, probably the third or second favorite.
Cool.
I do like how it's. I don't know. I like the chorus. Chorus is. I mean, it's the same catchiness vibe of all of it, but it's a good way he put it. And then with Nova coming in, I love how, like the ending of that little cuteness that you said you did. I just like how they left in the.
It's like a outtake or something.
Yes.
Where she laughs at the end. I like that kind of weird eccentric type stuff that's left in that makes a song feel like something more than a copy and paste deal. Feels more real. I did like the line at the end of Tom MacDonald's verse. He says, "I ain't afraid of going blind because then all I'll see is the good old times." I thought that was clever. But also Brandon Hart's singing on this one. Spot on.
Pretty damn good.
Spot on. Good show. All right, we've got 3 more. Let's get through them. Next is number 12, Low Lives. Here we go. Also, that last intro, it was too long, but also it worked really well because that made that hit just way much harder.
It's all good if you think we're fucking losers. Rejects are gonna run the world one day.
So that was that one.
That's another like a reassuring track. Like all other songs are coming into one, where he's kind of talking about the same topics a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of like piecing them out each track. So like beginning of the CD sounds like he kind of gave out a concept, and then each track is kind of splitting them up. So I
yeah, it's like telling his story of like, oh, what was the first one? All for Nothing, Hometown Heroes. So like being rejects and stuff. So it kind of comes back to that where he was like the hometown hero, blah, 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 where people didn't like him growing up, but you're more than that. And then he kind of bottoms out and has his low point. And now he's like raising back up, which I think is cool. I like the the blammo 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 blammo.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Another line that I have a chuckle at every time is my team move in at light speed, and that's fast. Like, just obvious, but it rhymes, and I think it's funny. Yeah, not a lot to say on this one. It's chill, and it's all just about being an outcast, being an outsider, and being like, screw you, I'll do what I want, which is Tom's whole thing.
Yes.
All right.
No F's given.
Next is Ego Trip. Now that he's all happy again, we're gonna go into track number 13, Ego Trip.
Ego.
I don't have no friends, work myself to death. I don't rest, just lie in bed at night and fight inside my head. I try my...
What'd you say, Travis?
I said I'm confused about this one.
Why is that?
Because it seems like he's writing this either into the future or he's currently like this. I'm confused because it doesn't, like, I don't know if he's writing a song to be like, this is what I am, or it could be, I guess. I don't know.
He's admitting that he like beats his girlfriend and stuff, and he got her to feature on it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how I hit you around all the time? You want to make a song about that together? I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more like a hypothetical,
Yeah.
like where his mind goes to in his dark place, where he's afraid that he could get to be like that.
I see.
And you know, I don't know.
That's a cool concept though, because I
Yeah.
don't think people do that. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's
I
got
like
a bit of an Eminem-ish vibe.
Yeah.
Like
Even
old
calls-
good Eminem vibe, where it's kind of like a skit, really, like playing out a scenario, and like Brandon and Nova's parts are essentially telling him what a shitbag he is.
Yep.
Which, if it was real, they probably wouldn't put out this happy album together. But
True.
yeah, he's telling a story, and maybe he's been there, or maybe he's planning on going there.
Yes, that's my future. Better
Just
use-
warning, you know that track we did? Yeah.
That shit's about to happen.
Yeah, it's called Ego Trip. So I'm guessing it's like him saying, you know, if my ego gets too big, it's possible, like, people go down this road, and I'm afraid that it could get to that. So he's putting it out there, which I think is really cool. Cool concept. And I don't know. I've lost track of which chorus is my favorite, because that chorus.
This is a pretty good one as well. He does a good job with the choruses, man. I tell you.
Well, that was Nova. Credit where it's due, man. That was
yes.
Nova on that one. And it was fantastic. So we're going to wrap this up with track number 14, Superstar. Are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
All right. Does that guitar sound too much like a guitar for you, Travis?
So much guitar.
They ask me what's the matter, I say nothing at all. Been spending too much time with posters stuck to my wall. Superstars ain't got...
So that concludes the album. Superstars, track number 14. Basically a song about, it's kind of saying like, you know, I dreamt about this. Everybody dreams about superstardom. He's kind of giving the perspective of somebody, or him in the past, dreaming about superstardom and then getting there. And then the way the words are spun on this track, I think, is really cool. Like it, and he's done this on a track on his last album. I don't remember which one, but where he's saying negative things about superstardom, but doing it in
a positive way.
A positive way.
Yeah.
Because most people will never experience it and will never understand it, will never be to that point. So my favorite line is actually from Brandon Hart, where he says, superstars look good in coffins. Superstar, or and everyone knows all their names, or something like that. Whew, heavy stuff. Good way to end the album. Interesting. Travis, your thoughts?
Yes, it's very well put together by all of them, to be honest. I wouldn't even know what comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is great. I like how, like you said, not everyone has reached that level in life to become a superstar, and I like how he makes it a positive feeling about all of it, which is great.
Yeah.
And that's a Tom thing.
And especially, I think it's really cool that he's real with all of his stuff. Like, anytime he talks about this type of stuff, he talks about it in the most real way possible, pointing out the good, pointing out the bad, pointing out the, suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. which I think is really important because we have a generation right now where kids, if you ask them what they want to be when they grow up, they say famous, or they say I want to be a YouTuber, or they say like I want people to know me. And it's like, I've had this conversation with my son recently where he's like, I want to be a celebrity. And he keeps asking me about celebrities. Do you know any celebrities? Do you know? I'm like, who the fuck cares? And I've tried explaining to him, like, dude, you're not going to be happy if your goal in life is to be famous. Like, you're not going to be happy with what you end up with.
Probably not.
If you make something that gives to somebody else's life, if you have value to other people, like Tom MacDonald does, and you become famous off of that, great. And you'll be more well-rounded like Tom MacDonald is because he spent his life working hard to achieve that. If you're just looking for fame, you're going to end up like, I don't know.
Anybody else?
Kurt Cobain? No, he wasn't looking for fame. That's a bad example. But, Juice WRLD maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of these young
He's
artists
dead now,
which he made good music too.
He did.
I'm missing my own point here.
I get you.
People who just want fame for the sake of fame and their passion is other people's approval. That just means you're going to end up doing whatever it takes to get other people's approval, which means you'll never be happy, most likely.
Selling your soul, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. So that concludes the album. Travis, what are your thoughts on the album overall? You can rank it on a Tom MacDonald scale and on a normal people scale if you want. Put it up against his other albums and put it up against all the other trash that's out there in the world right now.
This is definitely different than any other albums I've heard from him.
Yeah.
But I like the collaboration that he did with the other two. It's definitely a lot more mellow.
Yeah.
But it's more personal, which is cool.
Right.
And it's nice. I feel like I know a little bit more of Tom's life now after hearing just the clips of it.
Right. It's like a diary. It's
Yeah,
like we're
journal.
reading Tom's journal from over the years, and it's cool. Like, we've gotten glimpses of it throughout the other albums. There's always, like, some personal tracks here and there, but generally it's fuck everything, and
Yes.
that's what we love about it. But, I think it's a solid album. If you had to give it a ranking, like, let's say you've never heard Tom MacDonald before and this is the first Tom MacDonald album, just based on the musicianship and the lyrical content and that type of stuff, what would you give it? Let's say 1 to 10.
1 to 10. Okay. If I never heard of him and don't know who he is at all, and I just popped it in, I probably would go like a 7 or 8.
Okay, not bad. I'd probably give it somewhere around the same. Maybe I don't know, maybe less, honestly, because if I didn't know who Tom MacDonald was, I wouldn't be going into it with preconceived love of Tom MacDonald. So it's not like necessarily my flavor always.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have given it nearly as many listens as I have given it, but I am a bit of a pop whore, and it's a good pop whore album with a lot of deep, introspective themes. So maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say what I would think if I had never heard Tom MacDonald before, but maybe 6 or 7, somewhere around there. But as for like Tom MacDonald's work, I put it up there with some of the best of them. Not quite as good as like Ghost. I can never remember the frickin' track or album titles because they're similar. Ghost Stories and Gravestones and that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Not quite as much. I don't know. This is something that I will listen to cruising around and enjoy.
Yes.
That's something that I will listen to when I'm angry and just feel like being a badass. And there's some good badass tracks on here too. So I don't know is what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at here. I don't know what I would give it, but I like it. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of Nova vibes as far as the production. I wonder how much she had a hand in it, or I don't know how much of a hand Tom MacDonald has in Nova's production. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Come on the show, and I'll ask you all about it, and you can tell me. If you're listening to this, Tom MacDonald and or Nova Rockafeller, you are invited here anytime. And if you would like to reach me, you have my actual phone number, not that one that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. But for the rest of you, if you'd like to call in, leave a voicemail for the show, 309-716-3818. You can leave me an electronic hate mail at dan@tsidpod.com. You can send me shit at P.O. Box 84, Aledo, Illinois 61231, and TSIDpod on Twitter, and all the things. Odyssey mostly. Check out Odyssey because YouTube sucks. Travis, where can they find out all the stuff about you again?
Oh, man, you can hit me up at charmediagroup.com, or you can get me on Facebook, facebook.com/charmediagroupqc. It is a company that I offer recordings, production, backtracks, anything and everything audio. I got you.
Absolutely. And to the rest of you who are probably living in the future right now, and you already know what Tom MacDonald's special announcement is, drop a comment down below on the YouTubes or on the Odysseys and let me know what you thought of that. Let's have a conversation about Tom MacDonald's explosive collaboration, diss, what have you, of the man, the myth, the legend, Eminem. But that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed our nice little bonus review of Tom MacDonald. And do go check out the album. Go pick up your copy, listen to the whole thing. And you can do so at hangovergang.com. And you can follow us at tsidpod.com. Until next time, please continue to question everything, stay uncomfortable, support artists that you love and who are putting in the work to not need the system and fighting the system with us, like Tom MacDonald and Nova Rockafeller, and I assume Brandon Hart. All right, guys. Thanks. I'll talk to you next time. Question everything. Stuff. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe on your way out and help us change the world one uncomfortable conversation at a time. And if you like what you hear and you want to hear more, go join the Downers Club at patreon.com/thesystemsdown for bonus episodes of the show every single week. Until next time, please continue to question everything, stay uncomfortable, and I'll talk to you then. Thanks.
This has been a Goulash Media production. goulashmedia.net.
This concludes our broadcast day. Click.